Hey all, we are in December 2019 and we are still in the Sagittarius new moon energy. We're in that post-Sagittarius new moon energy, and yeah, I'm sure we're still feeling the effects of that since it hasn't even been a week yet. We're definitely still feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde. We're in that post-shadow period. And as I said, as I've said to you all before, those effects can often be, usually are for me, more potent than Mercury retrograde itself. Hence the reason that we have not had a lunar pool for a few days. But this is our lunar pool for December 1st and December 2nd. So our first lunar pool to start off the last month of 2019. And we are using the Deviant Moon Tarot. If you're interested in this deck or any of the decks I use, just scroll down to the description box down below. I'm not surprised that I happened to stop and show the Page of Swords, because the Ace of Swords showed for us, and I mean all of us, when shuffling and meditating with the deck. The Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, so a truth coming through and putting us at a fork in the road type of spot in our lives where we have to make a decision because of that truth. And then the King of Pentacles as well, so somehow it was relating to our mastery of our physical world, perhaps our finances, our home, our community, our health, our wealth in any respect, our time, our energy, maybe our relationships, our daily routines. So this truth and this decision having a lot to do with that mastery over our physical realm, our physical world, and physical, tangible, probably daily existence. And so I think that truth, this truth is one that is very difficult to know and to wield, because it leads to that decision, and because it has so much to do with, is such an integral part of what our physical world is like, and what it requires of us in order to master our physical well-being, right? Our physical well-being. And so what that truth is, though, is going to be specifically different for all of us, of course. And time being fluid, the messages will play out slightly different for everyone. So this lunar pool for the 1st and 2nd of December is, as always, for the collective, for any and all signs. I'm sure that those of you who check in with this know that by now. And we have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups as our first two cards out. So we have a lot of water energy here coming through at the center of the reading, and I've been shuffling these for a while. It's we have two emotional beings making offers toward one another at the center of this reading, it looks like. So possibly a love reading for a lot of you. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be romantic. Interesting to see, because the moon is actually in Aquarius today as I'm recording this. So I kind of would have anticipated, I guess, more air energy coming through for us. Of course, we are in Sagittarius season, so I wouldn't have been surprised at some fire energy. We'll see what else comes through for us. This is our recent past position. Speaking of air energy, the Three of Swords. A disappointment, a miscommunication, possibly even a heartbreak, but leading to these mutual offers, facing each other in an emotional expression, maybe a creative expression or a loving expression, and an empathetic offer, an insightful offer. An offer from someone with a high emotional IQ, an offer that's probably more mature than this first one. So maybe these are two different offers coming into you, or maybe this is someone meeting you with an emotional offer even more mature than the one that you're offering, or the other way around, right? It can always be flip-flopped. Either way, this disappointment and then these offers lead to, in the near future, this lengthy entanglement, a bond, a contract, a partnership being formed, a path being chosen, where two or more partners are able to now walk together instead of continuing on their respective paths that had they found one another on to begin with, right? Sort of forming a new future together. I do not think that all is what it seems, though, within said partnership that may be forming in the near future. Often I am drawn to the snake that is biting, dare we say poisoning, influencing the masculine half of this entanglement. And I saw the moon card on the bottom of the deck as I was talking about it, and now that resurfaces as your advice card. So do be advised that all will not be what it seems with that partnership, within that partnership. We also have the Page of Fire, Page of Spears in this deck showing up here in the more distant future. And the Devil card, Capricorn energy on the bottom of the deck. And tomorrow, Jupiter does move into Capricorn. So that could be part of the reason we are seeing that energy, Capricorn energy showing up right on top of this Queen of Fire. Sag being, of course, mutable fire energy, which I also see here in the Page of Fire in the more distant future. And the only, astrological bit that we didn't talk about, since we haven't had a lunar pool for almost a week, and it is a recent transit, Neptune is direct as well. So that does make sense with all the water, Piscean energy at the center of the reading. That is something that I've been wanting to address when I've been missing these lunar pools, is Neptune direct and the effect that that's having on all of us. I think, and here Pisces shows up as well. Neptune ruling Pisces, right? And the moon often representing Pisces in the tarot. Here we have Pisces and Neptune showing up as well. In your advice card, to listen to your dreams, to listen to your subconscious, to listen to your intuition about whomever may be making you an offer at this time, emotional, romantic, loving, or seemingly mature or otherwise, especially those that seem like that seem like karmic contracts, or that you can tell definitely do involve literal contracts, that you can tell are going to be lengthy entanglements, or entanglements of this nature that we see pictured here on this card, in this visual, that are intimate, that are deep, that imply trust, which doesn't always mean that trust is there, right? Especially with those partnerships, we want to really evaluate, really take a listen to our dreams, the messages, signals our subconscious are giving us. Because I think that there's a chance for some of us that we are simply being led into learning lessons here, with this Capricorn energy sort of being what the reading is about. This Jupiter moving into Capricorn even being somewhat what the reading is speaking to. That this partnership, this entanglement may be placed there to teach us a lesson. It also, if it is romantic, or very intimate, very emotional in any way, may be something that is codependent, this partnership, however it specifically takes shape. And we can look deeper into that. If you would like a personal reading, just scroll down to the description box down below. You should be able to find all the information that you need there, links, and my email address, etc., etc., if we want to get more specific. But yeah, for some of you, it's something that is, could be downright toxic, could be downright codependent, could be an addiction for you of sorts, right? But for others, it's just not healthy. It's something that you think that you need, that you think is integral to who you are or what you're doing, and in fact it's in some way holding you back and bringing out the worst in you. It doesn't have to be all the way to the end of the spectrum where it's toxic and an addiction, but it certainly can be. And sometimes what we're talking about, right, is that it could be the beginning of that, and down the road it will turn into that. Not for all of you, but for some, and for others, even if it doesn't shake out exactly like that, if it's just Capricorn energy showing up, it can be saying, this is an offer, a path that's being presented because there are lessons to be learned here. And I think here's a key. If you think that this partnership, that this path, this new offer, this new path, this new partnership is the key to your healing, I don't think so. From what I'm looking at here, all is not what it seems, right? Your subconscious and your dreams are trying to send you messages and signals that are certainly distorted at this time. But if you can untangle them and interpret them and pay them the attention that they sure deserve, then they are very true and direct. But they require your attention in order to interpret. For some of you, they seem very distorted, and I think that I'm saying distorted and yet direct. I think they seem distorted because they're distorted in their simplicity for a lot of you. It's just something that deserves a lot of attention, and it's going to inform you about these offers, this path that's presenting itself, this lengthy entanglement with a new partnership. For some of you, what we see, and I want to say too that I think it's especially true if this is like, I hate to say it, but it is Mercury retrograde energy still, especially if this is like an ex who's come back during Mercury retrograde that you had your suspicions about for that reason. Who has betrayed or lied to you for certain reasons, has had their own addictions that have led to that between you all before, then I certainly think that's the way in which this path, this lengthy entanglement, may be teaching you a lesson, and probably with Neptune going direct, this illusion that the two of you were trying to paint, that you could get back together or have this second possibility, was is likely becoming less of a mirage and illusion, is you're becoming disillusioned with that. And maybe it's not a romantic partnership. Again, can be a loving relationship of any kind, where you think this person can change or do better. Another inkling hint here can be, I especially think that that's the case if they're the ones at the center of your reading. If they're the ones who are offering the less mature emotional offer, because often this Knight of Chalices or Cups can hurt others, manipulate others without even meaning to. They can have a flood of emotion, a rush of hormones, and express a lot of good intentions toward people they feel very, very emotional about, intensely about, and then just not be able to live up to their promises or follow through what they've been preaching, right? Follow through with what they've been promising. And so, this may be a younger masculine water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pisces showing up real strong, of course. There's also Gemini energy on the table too, and as we said, fire sign energy, Capricorn energy. And I would never get too hung up on the signs. It's great when they confirm things, but we all have all of these energies in our chart somewhere all of the time, and they could be activated or highlighted in a reading at any given time for different reasons, at different times for different reasons, right? So I wouldn't get hung up on it, but if it's a younger masculine type of offer that this is centering around, and you're the more feminine and mature offer coming back, then I especially think you need to be wary of it. If it's a repetitive situation where you're giving someone else a chance as any kind of a partner, as any type of an emotional connection in your life, I especially think you need to be wary of it. If it's not your own addiction, if the two of you don't have one to one another, or some sort of toxic, unhealthy bond that really holds you back, then it's likely that this is about their addiction, whether that is to a substance, an activity, whatever it is that drives a wedge between you. It looks like that is not as gone as they would like it to seem to you, that is the part that is not seen, that is unshown here for you. Ultimately, I think that you want to be making your offer to this younger fire sign energy, this younger but very resourceful and innovative and cheery and spirited, enthusiastic and excited Sag, Aries, or Leo. Now, maybe that is one of those things rules, say, the career part of your chart. And so that's the part of yourself that you want to be investing in and channeling at this time and giving your energy to. Or maybe there is this other energy in your life who just is a better candidate for you to be investing in emotionally in some way that could fill that spot in your home or your friend circle or your network or your heart, if that's the case, right? That's what I see with that younger fire sign energy and the outcome of the situation. You're either going to invest your energies in a passion project of yours, some kind of work or creative outlet that you feel enthusiastic about, or you're going to invest your offer, your time, ultimately in someone who fits that bill, who we just described as that younger, fiery, really intense but passionate energy there. But that may be, I'm feeling in this lunar pool, a long ways down the road, because this is in the near future a lengthy entanglement that's kind of up to you. If you invest emotionally and intimately in this offer that is somewhat suspicious and uncertain now, you may be on that road with them for quite some time. And this youthful fire sign may be something that's in the picture way down the line. So with that said, I think we will leave our lunar pool there. Our lunar pool for the 1st and the 2nd concerning not only Mercury retrograde and the afterglow of the Sag new moon, but also obviously Neptune being direct and Jupiter being in Capricorn as well. I think we'll leave it there for today and tomorrow. And I hope that the needed insight was able to help you. I hope that you'll check in for the lunar pools on a different day. Even if this one didn't resonate, it doesn't mean that another one won't. I told you about the information on decks and personal readings being down below. There's also the link down there to donate. Thank you so much to those of you who do contribute to LunarTics Tarot through donations and in all the different ways that you do, through likes, comments, shares, subscribes, messages, orders, etc. All of it is so appreciated. And I truly look forward to doing another lunar pool for us just as soon as I can. And I will do the rest of the December 2019 readings very soon as well.